everybody. Can go ahead and take a seat, guys. It is so good to see everybody talking. You know, with these stories, I know it's just a little piece. We don't get to fully know somebody, but I hope that this is the beginning of a conversation and more to come. After the service, you can always grab some coffee, a cookie, sit down with somebody, maybe somebody else, and continue that same conversation, or maybe with the same person you connected with. And my hope and my prayer is that as we come week by week, you start to feel this is a place that knows you. This is a place that you can walk together, and even more than that, that you can actually share some of your challenges and walk with people, pray with others, and we become the family that God has called us to be. You know, one of the things that's important, even as you were sharing about something that maybe somebody gave to you in a time that made a difference in your life. By the way, I know sometimes we have conversations and it's totally different. That's okay. But if you were talking about that, it's interesting how so much of the time is through relationships, how people came and they poured into our life and it made us realize that we matter because somebody took the time to look at us and care for us. You know, this week we're continuing actually through this next week, we're finishing up something in Saddleback Worship we've been talking about, being the light in the darkness. Because God has said that every one of us is called to be a light in a time that is very dark. And what I mean by dark, and we've talked about this before, where it's confusing, maybe frustrating, maybe there's things that are hard to figure out. And we've been walking through a time that we could probably use all those words to describe what's been going on. But God has called us to be light. He said that He is the light of the world, but He said that we are called to be light as well. One of the ways that we're doing that, that I'm really excited about, is this coming Saturday. We're actually doing something to serve in North Orange County. It's called Love Your Belinda. It's a way that we as a church are serving the community. We have all sorts of service projects that we're doing to pour out our love into the city. Not only are we doing things directly with schools and with different nonprofits and different parks and different areas, but we actually have had an opportunity with government leaders, with school leaders to actually develop great relationships. Because when we serve with love, when we give out of the love of our heart, people say, why are you doing this? And we've had an opportunity to develop some great relationships. And I want to encourage all of you to take time to do something this Saturday. We have a lot of our leaders. In fact, many of the leaders for these projects, we're hoping to have over 1,000 people, maybe 1,200 people who are serving in Placentia, Yorba Linda, Brea, and a lot of other areas. If you haven't signed up yet, you can still go to loveyourbelinda.org and look for different projects and sign up. And here's something that we're doing. This is a city-wide, or actually many cities that are coming together to serve in this area. It's not just our church, it's other churches as well, and it's people who aren't even tied to church. But we have said we're going to be involved in this because we have had an opportunity to show others what it means to love like Christ, what He's called us to do. But here's something that I want to do. Today, we have something for everybody who's doing this, and you may have seen there's a table. Maybe you haven't seen it yet. When you come on your way out, we have a table with some bracelets. Now, these bracelets say Saddleback Brea, and it says, be seen, be known, and be loved. Because that's what we want for every person in our community, that they would be seen, known, and loved, that they would know that they are loved by God, that they are loved by us. Because we want everybody to experience the hope that we've had through Christ. So what we're going to do is for every person in our church who's serving, because everybody's going to get a free Love Your Belinda t-shirt on that day, but we also want you to be the light by wearing these bracelets. And as people say, why are there so many people wearing these bracelets? We can share, hey, we're part of a church that loves our community. We're part of a church that believes God cares about our community. And so it's a very simple way that we can be a light to our community. So if you, before you leave, I want you to go ahead and pick one of these up on the way out. Now, this is for everybody who has signed up. And if you need help, we can help you right there to sign up for a project. It's going to be Saturday morning. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a way that we serve and love and connect with others. So I hope that you'll, whether it's with your family, with your small group, with others that you just met today, whoever it is, go and have some fun serving together. And today, after the service, if you're interested, if you've been coming but you haven't had a chance to truly connect, maybe you've had these interactions during the service, that's great. But if you'd like to learn more even about who we are, we're doing a meet and greet. I'm going to be there. Pastor AJ is going to be there. We're going to have others who are new to our community, who are exploring, just to get some snacks and connect. Or if you want to come back after the 11 a.m. service, we're actually going to be doing a welcome lunch for anybody who's been coming. So maybe this is your first time. Maybe you've been coming for a few months, but you've never really sat down with me or somebody else. It's going to be a great time. It's not going to be too much of the time right in between the services, but if you want to get a little bit more time, come right after the 11 a.m. service. I really look forward to getting to know you. I know the rest of our team does as well, because this is more than just a gathering. This is a family. That's what God has called us to be. Well, go ahead and you can pull out your message notes inside your program. Like I said, Pastor Rick is teaching a brand new series, and he's going to introduce that for us. But let's go ahead and join with Saddleback and the rest of our church as we study the Word together.